Imagine it's 1940, Warsaw, Poland. The world is at war. For thousands of Jewish families, the nightmare has just begun. They're forced into a sealed-off area, the Warsaw Ghetto. It's crowded, disease-ridden, and starvation is a constant companion. Then, the deportations start, sending men, women, and children to their deaths. Fear is everywhere. Most people are too terrified to do anything but try to survive another day, but not everyone. One person, a young social worker, refused to stand by and watch. Her name was Irena Sendler. She couldn't accept the world as it was. Irena had a pass. As a health inspector, she could legally enter and leave the ghetto. This pass became her secret weapon, and with it, she began one of the most daring rescue operations of the entire war. She started smuggling children out. Think about that. How do you hide a child? How do you get them past armed guards? Irena and her network used every trick they could imagine. They hid children in ambulances, tucked away under stretchers. They concealed them in large toolboxes, hoping no one would look too closely. They even smuggled them out in potato sacks. And when all else failed, they guided them through the city's foul and dangerous sewer system to freedom on the other side. But for the parents, this wasn't a simple act of rescue. It was an impossible choice, an agonizing decision. Do you keep your child with you, knowing you all face almost certain death? Or do you entrust your most precious gift to a total stranger, hoping for a future you may never see? Irena couldn't promise them safety. She couldn't promise they'd see their child again, but she made one solemn vow. Looking into their eyes, she said, "I will try to save your child." Each child she rescued was given a new life, a new identity, a new name, fake documents, and a new home with a brave Polish family, in an orphanage, or hidden away in a convent. But Irena never forgot their true identities. She was determined that one day, if possible, these children would know who they were and where they came from. So, she kept a secret list. On tiny scraps of paper, she wrote down the child's real name and their new, assumed name. She collected these precious lists and sealed them inside glass jars. Then, under the cover of darkness, she buried these jars beneath an apple tree in a friend's garden, a hidden library of lost identities. She hoped that after the war, she could dig them up and reunite families. But in 1943, her luck ran out. The Gestapo, the Nazi secret police, discovered her activities. They arrested her. They took her to their infamous headquarters, a place of pure terror. They tortured her brutally, breaking the bones in her legs and feet. They demanded she give up the names of her network and the children she had hidden. But through the pain, through the beatings, Irena remained silent. She gave them nothing. Condemned to death, she faced the firing squad. But at the very last second, her life was spared. Members of the Polish resistance had managed to bribe a guard, who helped her escape on the way to her own execution. Even after this, did she stop? No. She went into hiding, took on a false identity, and continued her work. She never gave up. By the time the war ended, Irena Sendler and her network had saved the lives of approximately 2,500 children. Sadly, most of their parents perished in the Holocaust. But because of Irena's unimaginable courage, their children lived. And today, thousands of people, the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of those she saved are alive because of her. For decades after the war, her incredible story was largely forgotten, buried by the silence of the Cold War. But later in life, she finally received the recognition she deserved. Honored as one of the greatest heroes of the Holocaust. She once tried to explain her motivation, saying, "I was taught that when someone is drowning, you jump in to save them, whether you can swim or not." One woman and 2,500 children. An unbelievable legacy of courage that continues to inspire us all. Thank you for watching. If you are moved by this story, please like and subscribe for more tales of incredible people.